guys, Mac here. So it's my second week back in Canada, but my first time back in the car. As you can see from that intro clip, I brought it back to the alignment shop. I wanted to drive the car, have everything settle in, and I wanted to double check the alignment just to make sure everything's good, which it is perfect. I'm missing a couple small things, which I'm gonna show you guys when I pull it into the shop here in 1 second. So one nice thing about this car is it has the axle lift in the front. So getting over any edges or bumps, no problem. I have it raised right now. It looks pretty funny with the front end up. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So front end lift up. She's a little high. Got a lift kit on a Lambo. But I'm gonna lower right now so you guys can see what it looks like. All right, it smells like tomatoes in here because last weekend we made our tomato sauce. So our family's Italian and this is like a tradition we do every year. We started with 14 boxes of tomatoes and it took us literally all day to make them. So the things I'm missing are this rear reflector still, and then the wheel liner still for the rear, which is kind of hard to see, but it's missing still. I can't remember if I mentioned this already in the last vlog, but I need to put the front trunk still in, which is easy. I have everything for that, as well as a couple shields in the engine bay, the upper plastic pieces. That's pretty much all we're missing. There's a deer. Scared the shit out of me. That's Northern Ontario for you guys. So what I wanted to do is show you a little bit more close-up of the car because I feel like I kind of skipped the details of this thing. Where we welded, and it's kind of hard to see right now because it's dirty, but if you guys remember from the earlier vlogs, we cut here. This is where it is. So as you can see, it's like perfect. You would never be able to tell. And then I will unlock the door here. So in the door jamb, there was one here, obviously you can't see now. The other one was in here somewhere. There is nothing showing. It's 100% good looking. It turned out really well. And the other important thing, obviously, being all the door gaps lining up 100%, which they do. So as you can see from the top to the bottom, all even gaps, as well as back here. Perfectly straight. So another thing we did was painted this lower piece. That was from factory. It's like a textured flat black. We decided to make it all gloss because really it's the only textured black piece on the whole outside of the car. Everything's matching 100%. And it's looking good. So after we get those pieces that we need that are missing, including the gas cap, apparently Dave's gonna be sending that to me, so I'm pretty stoked. He also found me the spare key, which is really nice. I'm sure that's not cheap either. So thanks to Dave for offering to send that stuff to me. What do you guys think I should do this thing next? I put a poll on my Instagram. We're thinking wing, wrap, exhaust, or all of the above. We're kind of leaning towards wrap first or wing. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think we should do first. The black is nice, but where I live, it's really sandy, and this thing literally gets dusty and dirty after 2 minutes of being outside. A nice bright wrap, maybe something in DDE tradition like Dave mentioned would be sweet for this thing. Might also make it keep or look a little bit cleaner as we're driving it, because I just washed this thing at lunch and it is already so dirty. But it is getting pretty late, guys. I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm gonna head home. Tomorrow, I'm gonna pick up the camera again. I basically want to do a cost breakdown on this vehicle for you guys. I want to go through everything we've done, everything we've replaced, including the price of all the parts, what the car cost, everything like that. I want to give you guys an idea of what it costs to fix this thing. Maybe it's something you guys are interested in and you don't know what it cost. So I'd love to share that with you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm back at the shop and it's time to do a full cost breakdown analysis of this car. I'm going to show you what it costs to fix this thing versus what the estimate showed. So I'm just going to start off by saying the estimate when I bought this car was showing $64,000 US in repairs. I'm going to tell you right now it cost less than quarter of that Canadian to fix this car. So let's get into this breakdown analysis and see what it cost us. So I got a nice fancy desk right here and we're gonna get into the cost of rebuilding this car. So this car cost us 70 grand Canadian. So we bought it from the auction, it was $70,000 Canadian. Now this car was about five or 6 hours south of where I live. I had to get it towed up to where I am. The tow bill was $800. It was on a flatbed, so it's actually not a bad price. So $800 Canadian to get this car towed to where I am. Now we're getting into the parts of the car. We actually lucked out. The car was obviously bid on a dealer auction site. There was actually another person bidding on this car down south in Toronto. He knew the car, he knew what it needed. So obviously we won the car. He seen the car was sold in Ontario. This guy is a rebuilder of Lamborghinis and other types of high-end cars. He had a few of these actually sitting in his compound that are wrecked. So he actually posted the parts that he had available to fix this thing for us online. Now, obviously that's the first place we went to look is online for used parts to save some money. We just so happened to luck out that this guy posted the parts that he had, and he had exactly everything we needed. So basically we needed the whole right rear suspension, which was the knuckle, upper and lower control arms, the CV shaft, stabilizer link. Now the most important part that we needed was that frame piece, which is where the upper control arm actually mounts to. That piece was completely ripped out of the car. So I got that piece as well. I'm just gonna write down frame piece. We needed the oil cooler lines. The guy that we got the parts from had those as well with the cooler already attached to it, so he gave us the cooler, the lines, and the plastic air duct around it. The right rear shock also came with it. We get the idea, guys. The whole right rear suspension we got all brand new. Everything in the right rear to do with the suspension, we got it. Online, for an example, that frame piece was $2,000 alone Canadian. The rotor was like over $1,000. The oil cooler was over $3,000. You can imagine what this stuff would cost to buy brand new or on eBay. We paid a total of $7,000 Canadian for all these parts. Now that's a super good deal. I would imagine if we were to buy this stuff all new or on eBay, it'd be close to double the cost of that. So for $7,000, we lucked out big time. So 7K. Now the next day I ended up going back to Toronto to this shop. We decided we were gonna replace the right rear quarter panel versus repairing it. So I paid $1,500 for that quarter panel. And then after that, we needed the wheel and tire, obviously. So the wheel was also $1,500. We found that on eBay. And the tire was $500. And that's a Michelin Pilot Sport tire. It's pretty much everything we had to replace. So above and beyond the cost of the car, this is what we paid. $11,300 is what we have into this car, $11,300. Now there is a few things that we still need. We need the reflector, we need the wheel liner, and we need the windshield. Now keep in mind, we're gonna get this reflector and the wheel liner used because the cost of these parts brand new are crazy. So reflector, I would imagine, is around 200 bucks. Wheel liner, probably closer to 500. And the windshield, that's gonna have to be replaced brand new, obviously. Looking at like 3,000 to 3,500. I'm just gonna put down 3,500. So that brings us to a total of $15,500 Canadian to rebuild this car. Now, obviously that's a big difference from $64,000. I didn't include any labor to rebuild this thing because we ended up doing all the labor ourselves. Oh yeah, I also forgot to add the paint to paint the quarter panel. That was a couple hundred bucks. We're at $15,700 total. $15,700 total to fix this thing, not so bad. That brings us to a total of, so I'm into this car for a total of $85,000 $500. And that's not bad. This car retails probably for like $120,000 to $130,000 if it were not in an accident. I don't know what this car would retail with an accident. I'd still imagine it's going to be around $115,000 to maybe $120,000 Canadian. I think that this car will hold its value a bit better because it is a gated 6-speed. It does have this clear engine viewing bay. It is the even firing 5-liter engine, which is one of the best sounding Lamborghini engines in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of others as well. And also this car is obviously a celebrity car, which was owned by Dave at Daily Driven Exotics. I'm sure that's going to help the resale of this car. Alright guys, that pretty much sums up this week's vlog. I am back home and I'm editing the video for tomorrow's release. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this week's vlog. Also, I've been pondering the idea of changing my YouTube name. Max Builds was basically a name I chose really fast a few weeks ago when this whole YouTube thing came about for me. So if you guys think I should keep it or I should change it, please let me know in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog and I will see you guys next weekend.